Hola, hi guys. Oh my goodness, I have missed you. Have you missed me? Yes, I have missed you too, guys. Hola. Kina Leto, I am Leto. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm also known as Mahadi, not Mahali. It is spelled Mahali, but pronounced Mahadi. I am the girl that calls 4 countries home. I'm from Lesotho. That's why we don't have D's in our alphabets, but we have the D sound and we use L's instead. I'm from Lesotho. I'm a South African British and I live in Australia, mate. I'm coming to you from the west of Australia. Where are you watching me from? Let me know where you're watching me from. Oh, guys, I have missed you. I am so sorry. I have been AWOL. Yeah, it's been a difficult 3 weeks, more than that. I think the last video was like 4 weeks ago, or slightly over that. My friend lost her mom 3 weeks ago. Yesterday, 3 weeks ago, 2 days ago, which was Friday. Her mom landed in Perth, and sadly, she passed at the airport. And it's just been something that basically has shaken all of the Perth African community. So it's been like every day spending time at her house. We've just been in mourning. It's something that has just been so heavy. I just could not bring myself to record a video. Yesterday she went home, and mom as well was repatriated home to Zimbabwe, and so we are here, we are back here. I have been good. Other than that, that's just something that has just like overwhelmed and clouded just my presence, and it's just been so heavy. It's just been so painful, but God has been good. God has been good in the way everything has panned out, but I won't go too much in detail in that aspect. But my personal life, I have been well. God has been amazing. There's a lot. I don't know, should this recording be an update? There's just been a lot happening, things that are not related. We're still going through mediation, because we are divorced, but we have not settled. There's no settlement agreement on children, finances, assets, things like that. We did draft that up. I drafted that up, sent it to him through my lawyer. He did not want that. He came up with something else, which I agreed to, which he doesn't want to sign now. So we're going through mediation for him to hopefully, I started my mediation and he didn't join in. He said he didn't have money. So they were asking me if I could pay for him. I was like, hell no. So I was approached by his mediation people. So he also did the same thing I did, except he did I think it's a government one. There's no money. I may have mentioned this. No money involved for the first few sessions, which is brilliant. So I'm doing his mediation people. I don't know what he wants. They have not told me. I've had 2 sessions, an hour and a half, where I still have not been told what he wants. I'm so annoyed. Such a waste of time. I'm annoyed to the core. But I'm cooperating. So I shall update you once I know like what it's about, what he wants, what's going on. I don't know why he won't sign the mediation agreement that he drafted. We were together. It was the time when he had moved back home. So but he drafted it and I agreed. I said, okay, no, I don't want that. I want that. We agreed on it. Now he's changed his mind. So he's going to have to pay for my costs, basically. And it's good that his people said, just come prepared with what you want. So I don't know if it's just specifically about the children, but he's going to have to pay for the costs that I incurred in drafting the first one, which is the second, but the first official one, the one we had agreed on, because it had to be converted into a legally binding document, and I had to pay for it because he refused to pay for it. He said I was the one who wanted the lawyer, so I pay for it. Now after that, he doesn't want to sign it, so he's going to have to reimburse me, and we shall see what it is that he wants, and just hoping for the best. There's a time when I also we went to a friend's surprise birthday party. I met her mutual friends there. Actually, I was friends with everybody else except for maybe this one lady, actually. And through her, it turned out at her workplace, they are looking for people with my skills. And this was like last term, because I remember she sent me things that I need to send. And this was like almost like the last day of school. And she said, just come the first week of next term, because there was things I needed to do. It's a school. I did an education assistant certificate. So she was telling me how she didn't have, she was having a shortage of EAs in her class, and that generally, in the school, there's just always a shortage. So I remember when she was trying to link me up with the school, and it turned out I needed a police clearance, like specifically a Department of Education one. So it was going to take a while. So she said, just come the first week of term 4, which I did. And I started working. The next day they called me and I worked, I think the Thursday and the Friday. And then the following week I worked 1 week. And then during that time was when I just felt pressed to go home with my children and not leave them behind. Some of you may have seen my GoFundMe. Unfortunately, it's not something easy to explain why this is a need for us. But I found a travel agent that does a payment plan. By God's grace, we have our tickets now to go home. We're still paying. I have been, like, since the last 3 weeks, 3 weeks, I've been working regularly, and my first son, my firstborn, my son Ria, has been, we agreed that we're gonna help each other in paying for these tickets. So he has been helping. We have managed to be paying everything that is due at the time that it's due. It's looking good, and God has just been amazing, guys. And I was being told that we usually don't have work at this time, like by week 5, week 4, week 5, there's no work, because the year 11 and 12s are done with school, and therefore the school uses the year 11 and 12 staff, the teachers and the EAs, and therefore they don't need people from outside. But I have been getting work. I was even approached and given work in advance. They were like, are you free these days and these days, because there's a training going on. They're training the EAs, and therefore there are no EAs in class. So it's just been like this whole week I've been working. It's been new faces. I have seen that, the normal EAs, the regular, usual, EAs have been going for training. And then on Friday it's Sunday right now. On Friday I got an email asking if I could come for training. And I'm gonna be, of course, you get paid when you go for training. So guys, things are just falling in place. And let me testify. There's a friend of mine I was telling, like, she also had like social anxiety. I think I've mentioned it even on this channel that I have social anxiety, which is hard and difficult to imagine and believe for some people, because I'm like the life of the party. When we're at social gatherings, it's me. Like I'm the one. I'm the first one on the dance floor. What do you mean? Social anxiety. But yeah, I have social anxiety. I never know when it's going to happen. I never know, So it's worse. I realized that I have this thing when it comes to work. Because I went the first week, the second week, and then there was nothing the third week. The fourth week, there was something. But then I started feeling, sometimes you work with people, you meet people. I mean, in life, you meet people that are just having a bad day. I was reading something the other day that you realize at some point that the way people treat you has nothing to do with you. It has a lot or everything to do with their own internal conflict, it's what they're going through. It's not you. So it's something that I have managed to sort of like overcome, being sensitive or, being hurt or whatever by how people treat me or what people say. But I think it's been mostly to do with my marriage and the divorce. Like I don't care. Okay. Saying that, actually, there's this lady. Yesterday I was feeling a bit off, but I had committed to go sing at this event, special Sabbath program. So I went gladly. I gladly went, but I didn't want to see people yesterday. Sometimes I feel like that. So I think it's this social anxiety thing. So I was down and this woman made a comment. This woman throws jabs at any chance she gets. Sometimes she finds me in a good mood. I'm good, I'm confident, I'm waiting for her, and she says nothing. But when I am down, it's like she knows, she senses it, she sees it. When I'm down is when she will say these comments of hers that are so painful. So I'm still working on her. But generally, I'm okay now. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, people can say whatever they say. People can do whatever they do. And she throws jabs in relation to my marriage breaking down. Yeah. Or me not working. Actually, she's done that before. She's just, I don't know what her problem is. It hurts because it's someone I used to look up to. It's someone I loved. I still love her. But I'm thinking, I gaslight myself. I'm thinking, am I imagining this? Is she aware she's doing this? But she clearly is doing this on purpose. She's clearly coming for me. I don't know what her problem is. I don't know what I did to her. But anyway, so other than that, I'm generally confident, I'm good, I'm okay. And even when I'm feeling low, I drag myself to church, and I never am met with negativity. And some negativity, I'm just able to squash. But I realize that when it comes to work, I'm still very much looking down upon myself. I'm still very much having imposter syndrome. I'm still very much feeling I don't know what I'm doing because I didn't. You know what I mean? Because there's just so many, there's a lot of jargon that people throw around. People just talk freely. They just talk like they're expecting you to know what that is. So my confident self would ask, sorry, I've got no idea what that means. I would be lying if I told you that I knew what that means. That's what my therapist said. My therapist said, you could, that's the phrase from my therapist. They look, I would be lying if I said I knew what you meant. He was giving me tips on how to approach that. But I'm generally not afraid to just say, look, I don't understand. Sorry, I don't know what you mean. But now I was feeling self-conscious. I was feeling, oh my goodness. I don't know. It was just becoming so elevated and so exaggerated to a point where I just felt, please, the earth Earth, open up, let me, swallow me, swallow me. And of course, people that are just in a bad mood, taking out on you, being annoyed at you. Like, I don't know how things work. I don't know how things work. I don't know. I'm new. But now I was internalizing it. I was, oh my goodness, feeling sorry for myself to a point where, so you get a job, the jobs are on the app. There's an app where they post the jobs and you need to accept it before someone else accepts it. So that app was giving me such anxiety. Like at night, I'm sleeping, I'm dreaming of the app. It's Sabbath morning, I'm waking up, I'm looking at the app. I'm like, it's the weekend. The app was giving me so much anxiety. When a job pops, I have so much anxiety. I know I need this job, but I'm so afraid to take it. And I noticed that even when I was looking for work, I would feel scared. I'm so scared. I'm thinking, what if I get the job? I mean, that's why you're applying. I was having that ironic feeling like you are applying because you want the job, but you're terrified that you might actually get the job. I'm thinking, what on earth is going on with me? What's going on? I knew something was not right the day I was driving to school and I had to be reciting a Bible verse. Oh, I think I said this is what this video is going to be about. And I know that people who don't get it, people who struggle with anxiety will get it. God has not given us a spirit of fear. I have not been given a spirit of fear. I've got a spirit of power, of love, a sound mind. I'd been reciting the verse the times I had gone to work before, just in my heart. This time I had to say it out to hear it because I could feel myself. The nearer I get to the school, the more anxiety, the more anxious. I'm like, power, love, sound mind. I am loving. I'm powerful. I have a sound mind. I've got peace. I'm loving. I'm powerful. Power. Until I park. Oh, I'm like, no. I called a meeting with my friends, B and Precious. Woo. I'm like, ladies. They encouraged me, and there was something else as well that had happened. And then on the Monday, I think it was a Friday, it was a Friday when we had dinner. There was no job. That whole week there had been nothing. And now I was starting to feel like maybe they're now calling people directly. They've decided not to post in the app anymore because I'm getting all the jobs and nobody wants me there. Yazi, the devil will whisper things to you and you will believe them. Monday, I had a session with my therapist and I was telling him. I had to vent first, because I remember I have an hour with my therapist. The last 4 minutes were when I was able to talk about this thing, because we were just talking about what had happened between me and my ex, So, anywho, he just said to me, even when it comes to therapy, what makes you get along with your psychologist is not because they're good. It's not because, your psychologist could be the best academically, could be the most experienced person. But if, pardon me, guys, I'm not going to edit this. If Mandela sat on my land, that's how I understood it. If your blood is not going together, I don't remember how you put it, but that's the point he was making. If you and them are not gelling, if you're not gelling, you're not going to get along. You're not going to like them. You're not going to benefit from the sessions, and you probably, you're going to even stop. You're not going to benefit. So even at school, the students don't care what you know. It's about who you are. Woo! I cried I cried so much that lifted me up. This was 4 weeks ago, I think. Or maybe 3. I'm telling you guys, since that, I am myself, even them even contacting me, booking me. I'm myself at work. Do you get me? Do you get? Hey, I am myself. I am confident. I am asking. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not ashamed for being 41 and not knowing what's going on in the workplace. I am myself. I am loving the kids. I'm focused on the kids. It's all about the kids and the best interest of the kids. I'm not focused on the colleagues. I'm not focused on the teachers. I'm not focused, and as a result, I'm getting along with the teachers because, I'm doing what needs to be happening. Where I don't know, I am asking. I'm not being embarrassed. I'm not shrinking into my shell. I am just there. I am open. I'm asking. I am getting myself into chats, conversations that don't even involve me, social conversations about general stuff. I am there, putting in my 2 cents. I am being confident. I'm like, who is this girl? Who is this girl? Who is this girl? What do you even mean? So yeah, guys, I'm so grateful. I really thank God. I'm so grateful. You guys don't know the depth, the far-reaching effects, and impact of being put down for years. Guys, 20 years is not child's play. 20 years. 20 years. And I also, without putting all the blame on my ex, guys, it's not, my upbringing, I wasn't brought up to be a confident person. So the combination, you know what I mean? So, and I had noticed as well that I think I mentioned this here as well, inferiority complex with the color of my skin, it's something that I have overcome over the years, but I realized I overcame it in different aspects of my life and not everywhere. And now I am, when you don't even see that you're different from other people, as far as you're concerned, you're all the same. You're people, you're all people, and people are treating you like a person because you are seeing yourself as a person. People are just lovely. It's amazing when your brain is positively inclined. Everything is just positive. Everything is just good. Everybody's just good. Everything, and when it's negatively inclined, everything is bad. Everything is just, and I think even when it comes to the blessings of the Lord, when I don't know when it was, when I just started believing without a doubt that God will provide, that God always provides. He always provides without fail. I just see him providing since then, I was trying not to pause for water, but I'm feeling dry and I'm thinking I'm probably looking dry. I don't know. It's like I'm seeing God provide a lot more now that I have stopped doubting that he would provide. I'm thinking, is this all in my head? Like, it's just incredible, and I really just thank God for my positive outlook to life, and I pray I may continue to grow. And I think I watch a lot of Joyce Meyer as well, whom I've always loved forever, but the things she said were not always practical because, it's hard, enjoying everyday life. It's hard to just ignore or just to separate your emotions. Just put them aside. Say, okay, we are feeling this way, and which is something else also that I gathered at through therapy, to be able to just acknowledge how you're feeling and introspect and say, okay, we're feeling this way. Okay, we're feeling like that, but that doesn't have to be the rest of our day, but this is how I'm feeling. Right, Mahadi. What's going on? Why are you feeling this way? And it's always good to acknowledge that you are hurt. I am hurt, right? Pardon me. Right now, I am hurt by that comment. Okay. Why? What about that comment is hurtful to you? How is it making you feel? Or what about this person treating you this way? What does it remind you of? What is it about it that is so hurtful? Are you able to overlook it? Or do you need to approach this person? Or do you need to understand why? So you deal with it. So you cope. So it doesn't change who you are at this moment. So it doesn't steal your joy. So I'm growing in that aspect as well. And I'm so grateful. It's hard. Guys, it's hard. Christianity is hard. And some of you are coming for me for that interview that I did with Tina. She's gonna be back, guys, and I'm having other guests, like I've told you, because of what happened, in the last 3 weeks with my friend. That affected a lot of us. We all have like mutual friends in this Perth. It's a small place and it's full of love. So we're all together in this. We're all together in mourning, and therefore the people I was meant to be interviewing for my channel, for you guys, everything had to be put on hold, for all of us to just go through this period of mourning. So things are coming. I don't remember what I was saying now. I've lost my train of thought. I don't remember what I was saying. What was I saying? What did I mention that I was going to interview someone? Okay, you guys came for me. No, you didn't. One person came for me. And then another person offline about forgiveness. She mentioned that she has forgiven her ex. Like, it's best to forgive. Like, we were talking about, we mentioned forgiveness. That wasn't the topic for the whole video, but we mentioned it towards the end for a short time. And then someone came for me and said, if you guys want to be Deputy Jesus, Nizolimala. Hey, I was so hurt by that. So I had to introspect and say, why am I hurt? But the point I was making is that the Christian walk is not easy. And in that video, we were not, let me speak for myself. For me, and it's an individual thing, how you deal with your hurt, how you forgive, what your forgiveness looks like, how you choose not to forgive. It's your individual thing. How do you choose to cope with the pain and the hurt and the burden and everything else that this whole thing brings? The marriage breakup brings, the pain that's just brought upon you by your ex and everything else, surrounding it. For me, forgiving lifted off the burden. And that is why I ascribe to forgiving. And for me, forgiving is not bring this person into your circle. It's not you're friends with this person. It's not this person did nothing. Like, I don't see what they did anymore. It meant nothing. I'm not hurting anymore. No. It's I am not carrying this heaviness, this heavy load of the pain. That's my washing machine. Forgiveness to me is I am letting go. I am not thinking of you anymore and what hell you put me through. You have no space in my heart. You have no space in my brain. You have no space in my oxygen. I'm not breathing the oxygen you're breathing. You're not here. You don't exist. Except, of course, if you have children with someone, they very much exist. But, that's what, for me, forgiveness is. Because it's heavier for me not to forgive than to forgive. That's why I understand forgiveness. And that's why I ascribe to forgiveness. Because it's letting go. It's crying it out. And relying on God for strength to walk forward in confidence without the burden of this person and the pain that this person caused following you around. Not forgiving is me carrying this person with me everywhere I go. And that's what I personally meant when I agreed with Tino to forgive. I wasn't saying I was not, like I said, let me speak for myself. I was not in any way, and I believe she was not in any way, we were not in any way undermining your pain. We were not in any way, saying you have to forgive. We were not in any way saying you are not hurt, that saying these people deserve forgiveness. No. For me, I come from a point where I know I am forgiven despite me not deserving it. God forgives me. Do you understand? Therefore, I forgive. Plus, every day I'm praying, forgive me as I forgive. I actually pray, help me to forgive as you forgive, so that I can say, forgive my debtors as we forgive those who trespass against us. Apparently that verse, the original says, show me forgiveness the way I show others forgiveness. And for me, that has been a challenge. That since I was a child, the Lord's Prayer has been a challenge to me. Because I'll be thinking, do I forgive? How do I forgive? If I say, forgive me my trespasses as I forgive those who trespass against me, I'm thinking, how do I forgive those who trespass against me? Do I forgive those who trespass against me? It's been a challenge. But God is graceful. God is gracious. God forgives us, So for me, that's where I'm coming from a point where I have my own personal challenge of forgiving, of my own personal journey with God, of helping me to rely on Him with so many things, with all aspects of my life, doing it bite sizes, each step, dealing with different area and going to a different area, So that part, the forgiveness part, it's something that I struggle with. And it's something that I choose to do because God says to, and I know He's going to help me. I struggle. So please, guys, if that was offensive, my apologies, 1,000 apologies. Yeah, we didn't mean harm. We were just trying to help. My channel is all about trying to help, trying to empower, trying to improve the quality of your life, as a previously married person who needs to be living their lives to the full. God came, He came to give us life and life in abundance. We need to be claiming it. We need to be living our lives. These lives are for living. We're gonna die. We're not promised tomorrow. We need to be living today, 100%. And what does that look like? So yeah, I pray that you find your place and you find yourself being 100% your authentic self and living this life to the full and enjoying your everyday life. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. Love you, but remember that God loves you even more, and that is true. Ciao, ciao. I feel like this video is all over the place, but I feel like it was helpful in some way. So click that like and share if you found it helpful. I love you guys. Mwah.